And it's like, it's almost like the opposite, because I went into it thinking, oh, cool, you know, there's going to be a significant portion of this devoted to the mundane joy of building. And it wasn't. It wasn't. Maybe that's what I should rename this series to. Maybe this becomes the joy of building. Is that a thing? Welcome back, everyone, to the 1.18 single player world. It's been a while, and you'll notice I don't have a big introspective opening. I don't have a fancy spiel to give this time, though I do have plenty I want to talk about. Oh my goodness! Wow, you are so loud. While I'm in here, that reminds me of one other thing I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, that can come way down. You know what we're going to do for this episode that I have not done in forever? We're going to play with music in the game. That was actually one of the little notes I had on my agenda for this for the Unburnt series, as I called it, like behind the scenes. Was, you know what? Every now and then, stop, play the game, and turn the music up. Because I don't know about, maybe this is just a content creator thing, but like, we never play with the music on because it makes editing the videos much harder. But anyways, this is very much this is Kyle doing Minecraft as he prefers it. We're going to work on something today over there, actually. And we're just going to do it. We're just going to do a lot of digging and chit chat. And let me just put these things away real quick so I have prime inventory space. That should be good. We don't need the carrots. Yeah. Okay, so I've talked about this in another video recently, or coming up. No, recently. I was trying to think in my head when this video was coming out compared to other videos. Oh, I need a bed. Yeah, I need a bed. This idea that planning under pressure of having to plan something will not yield. Oh, I don't really have. Do I not have like another bed? I guess I don't. Planning under the pressure of planning will not yield as good of results as planning under freedom of time and freedom of inspiration. Allowing yourself time to let what you've done sink in. I've got all these pallets laid out in various places. Even that, which is going to be what we're going to do up there, is very different than what I originally planned, which is why we did it this way. Which is why we started off with these wireframe structures. Because now oh gosh, where was I? Was I laying in bed? Was I taking a shower? Was I driving? These are where my ideas usually come to me. One of these places. I had the idea of what I want to do over here. Actually, I need to start on the side over here. And it's a great idea. It's a cool idea. It's a unique idea. And I need to go with it because it's the best idea I've had for this world yet. And so I need to run with it. I need to allow myself to run with it. I need to put on hold other plans because, you know, we had talked about one of the things when you're doing a larger scale project that you're planning with. So in this case, a big civilization. You know, we've got pieces planned all over the place. All over the place. And I could very easily say, well, I don't want to go focus on this too much because I don't have other things up to that level yet. It's easy. It would be easy to say that, but the problem is I may lose the inspiration. Even if I write it down, I may forget kind of like what ideas I had. And so we're going to do it. We're going to stop what we were doing. We're going to stop even the style of video because I also feel like, you know, this is the sort of video that I'm missing right now in Minecraft. And I don't want to do it with other series. I think it needs to be this series. Other series I can stream, because that's essentially all this is. This is a private live stream video. It's just you and me. So go get a snack. Go get comfortable. Start playing another game. If you are not multitasking watching this video, you're doing it wrong. So if you're not doing dishes or cooking or trying to go to sleep or playing another game, maybe you're playing Minecraft, maybe, hey, how about this? How about I give you a recommendation in these videos? Because we're gonna do some more of these, I think. I recommend City Skylines or Banished. I've been playing those. I've been playing mostly City Skylines lately, but those are two of my favorite games to play while watching someone else play Minecraft. Or other games, but specifically Minecraft. And the only reason I tend to not do Minecraft much, I don't know if this is going to end up being, I'm going to have to turn it at one point, and I would rather it be, no, actually, I think straight actually would be good. Let me go get coordinates for where we're going. But I tend to not like watching and playing Minecraft at the same time because I get stressed out by the sounds. Because they'll hear a creeper and I'll think it's me. So I play, oh my goodness. So I'll play other things. Jeez. I mean, technically we're going where I wanted to go. And so I like playing another game. So go play another game. Play one of those other games that's sitting in your library that you've been wanting to get to for forever. Or like me, just go back to City Skylines or Banished. But yeah, find your game, get you a snack. I just had some harvest snaps. The little air fried, baked, whatever they are, pea things. They're high in fiber. Okay, I'm an old man. I need my fiber. Okay, so this is, what are we talking about here? We're talking about Z540-ish, 545. Z545 is where we need to get to. And 1570. 545, 1570. Let me take a screenshot. There we go. 545, 1570. Okay. Oh, hello. So we're going to dig today. And here's the plan for this area. I thought it'd be cool if, so we got all the agriculture going on. Actually, let's take a peek up here. All the agriculture is going on all on the outskirts along here, down in here, around to this side, and even back over on that side. And this works out too because I had talked about the crops were going to be along this coast, and then we're going to do animals over there. Where do you store crops? I mean, not all crops, but for the sake of this world, all crops are stored in silos. So I started thinking, a lot of times when doing world building, it can be a little boring if you do everything in the perfectly logical way. And the reason I say that is, if you do everything the perfectly logical way, then there are going to be some areas that don't get used for anything. Either because a civilization wouldn't use anything in that area. Where was I going? It was like 545 and 1750 or something. We can actually do a couple of turns. But not only would it not realistically happen in the civilization you're building, but maybe you wouldn't think about it. So like there's this big plateau. And I didn't have great ideas of what to do with it. I think I had said like a trading post or something. I don't know, like a welcome center type town hall thing, I think is what I said, but that needs to be in the center of the area, of the town, of the zone. So that doesn't make sense. So already my idea up here didn't really make a lot of sense. So let's embrace that. So we're going to put, there's the music. Oh, it hits different when it's natural. So we're going to put silos up there, and that doesn't make any sense. And I thought, Kyle, why would you put silos up there? How are they going to get the crops up there to the silos? That's the other part of the build. We're going to build a 3 or 4 silos up there and a big, almost like mine shaft hole in the middle where there are hanging lifts. Not functional at all. We're not talking anything redstone, nothing fancy like that. But we're going to have some hanging lifts hanging from some cranes that raise crops and lower crops up and down. And maybe the silos are stored up there because it needs to be stored in a warmer, drier place. You know what I mean? And so this hallway that we're digging now is the hallway the farmers use to bring in their crops to take up to the silo. And then also the what's used for the townsfolk. Or maybe there's a different one for the townsfolk to use to request and purchase crops. Maybe there's even like stalls inside the hole where you where you can go and purchase crops like before they're lifted up and taken to the silo, so they're really fresh. That'd be pretty cool. So I want to take this path and I need to get it close enough to the center of the plateau, hill, whatever, and so we can see it. And I know how, well, I guess I could just look at the Y level I'm at now and dig down to it, but I kind of like this method better so that when I'm digging down, I have like a better idea when I reach it and what I want to do. And if you're thinking about leaving a comment, Kyle, you need a beacon. You don't know me. This is relaxing. I don't want to. I just end up messing something up going too far. You know? How's the old inventory? It's alright. Okay, so this is the way I definitely want to get right. So we're okay. So this is 546. Let's go one more, and we'll turn. And then I believe it was like 1570, wasn't it? I took a screenshot. I could go look, but we got to go back up there anyways when we're done doing this. Yeah, I think it was about 1570. This is good. This isn't too bad. Okay, so that... Yeah. So we're at 1569 now. Let's go check and make sure we're not crazy. And we may make some of these diagonal. I don't know. I kind of like them being straight. It's very industrial. Whoa, nighttime already. Man, I feel like I just slept. Oh, no. Well, wait, how long are... Oh, no, I guess the day is like 10 minutes, isn't it? It's 10 minutes. Day and night. I feel like I want some other sound effects up now more. Player? Is that what I'm wanting to hear more of? There's some more footstep sounds. I believe I did it right. Excellent. I did. Okay, good. So now let's figure out where we want it to be here. Because if we're going to have silos, I mean, I guess we already kind of have them marked off a little bit. This is really the outside. So the hole is not going to be that big. Chicken, I think you're going to come down the hole with me. You too, Mr. Cow. Maybe that. Let's go into peak mode. Okay, no, I do want it bigger than that. And so maybe we don't have... I had said 3 or 4 silos. Maybe we do 3, not one on this side. But one out here. Actually, I've got a map, don't I? Yeah. Although the perspective on that is weird. Let's face north. That's not north. That's north? That is north. Okay, so. Right. So you'll put one here, and one here. But this is where it's a real steep drop-off. Right. So maybe 2 bigger ones here and here. And then a smaller one right there. Maybe big, medium, small. Something like that. So with that said, I can make this a little bit bigger. I've got room to grow, particularly that way and that way. This way, we're getting a little close to that edge. I may go one more. Because I need lots of room if I'm going to build, like... I'd like to have at least 2 of those lifts that I was talking about. Oh, jeez, that scared me. Well, at least we don't have to worry about cutting that out. Or digging that out. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just finish this one off right here. I'll stand on this. Get rid of all the dirt we can see. Always startles me when I see gravel fall. But yeah, any of you who keep up with me and my opinions on the current happenings of Minecraft and YouTube content creators, you'll know this is a direct response to I mean just Minecrafters in general. But I was really honestly a little upset with some of the hermits in season 9 episode 1, particularly B-Dubs. I loved his video, don't get me wrong. I loved his video. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't think I left a comment, but in my head I did, because I really enjoyed it. There were a lot of fun interactions, hilarious interactions. I think I need more of him and Gemini Tay, because she is so deadpan with him and he feeds off of that, and it's just, they were hilarious together. But it's like they've lost the joy of building. And maybe it's not that. Maybe it's that they think, and maybe it's true, that the audience has lost the joy of building. I haven't. I have not lost the joy of building. I enjoy watching collaborations. I enjoy taking part in collaborations. I just want to watch somebody build every once in a while. And like, B-Dub's video was titled Monolith. Thumbnail was a picture of the monolith. And he talked about like the location and stuff for the monolith, I don't know, for a few minutes here and there throughout the video if you total it all up. Then when it got to the actual build, the action of building the monolith lasted 10 seconds in the video. It was nothing but a Lightmatica time lapse of boop, done. And my heart sank, because like, here I was excited to hear him like talk about what blocks he was using and things that he had experimented with, things that he liked or didn't like in his testing. And here he is, like, literally, it's funny. It's almost like the opposite of clickbait in a way, because normally with a Minecraft video, you would clickbait a super exciting thing, like, you know, like I hear skeletons right now. Let's say I titled it something like, you know, fell in a hole and you know, fell into a skeleton's arrow and died. Something like that. Even though that takes up 2 seconds of the video, the rest of the video is Kyle digging. This is the opposite of that. This is, look at this thing that took me multiple days to complete. Oh, but it takes up 10 seconds in the video. The rest of the video are my interactions with my friends. And it's like, it's almost like the opposite, because I went into it thinking, oh, cool, you know, there's going to be a significant portion of this devoted to the mundane joy of building. And it wasn't. It wasn't. Maybe that's what I should rename this series to. Maybe this becomes the joy of building. Is that a thing? I know what the joy of painting is. Obviously, you know what I'm doing a play on words with. Has anyone done the joy of building? Okay. 10 years ago, the Minecraft Muse has a video titled that. There's a guy playing another game that's not really about building at all. Okay, you know what? That's official. Talking about waiting for inspiration to strike. There we go. This is no longer how to be not burnt out on Minecraft. This is now the joy of building episode 1. Caving for, I don't know, however long I can go until it's time for me to cook dinner, or however long my tools last. Welcome to the joy of building, everyone, where we find joy in the mundane. There we go. We've got our tagline. We've got everything. Man, I'm good at this. I'm so good at this. I wish I could say I planned that, but I didn't. I genuinely did not. But I like it, and we're going to do it. I'm dying to find out where these mobs are. I'm kind of hoping I start to hear a whole lot more of them, because that would mean it was like a skeleton spawner, but I still only hear like 1, maybe 2 skeletons. So is this big enough? Yeah, I think this is big enough. I may end up making it like wider one direction, but I think I could fit... I think I could fit a lift here and a lift here, or whatever sides it needs to be. And I would go ahead and fill that in, but who knows what I want to do with that. I also don't know if I'm going to have stairs going up and down in the middle. Maybe none. Maybe none. Oh, I need... He says, and then he uses scaffolding. The joy of scaffolding. That's just what I should rename my channel. I should probably not be going so fast up on top of the blocks. I'm going to end up falling in whatever hole that is. And you know what I think we're going to do with these videos, because they're so unedited. I don't know that I'm going to put these into the schedule necessarily. I think this one will be, because I've got a vacation coming up, so I've got to have videos prepped and ready. These may just come out as they're done. And that'll be even more of a test to see if listen, my subscriber growth has been like halted. The only reason I can see that I've gained subscribers recently was because of the new Afterlife server with the bigger YouTubers. And so I got like, I don't know, 8 or 9 subscribers from that. I historically, over the last year, have gotten anywhere from 30 to 60 subscribers a month, spiking to 100 a time or two. It's been at like 6 the last 2 months. Ever since I started those Wordle shorts. I don't know why, but the subscribers halted and I just started losing. I stopped gaining. It was weird. And I still don't know why. And I don't think it's the daily content. I don't think it's the daily content. Now, for some, I think it is. But they weren't watching me anyways, so I don't care. If you unsubscribe from a channel because they started uploading more, it's just because you noticed them in your sub feed. Because there were more videos to be noticed. And you were like, oh, I'm not watching that guy anymore. So fine. I don't care. Like, if you don't watch me, I don't want you sub to me. But it's just weird. And I'm not discouraged by it. I'm annoyed by it. Not because I'm losing subscribers, but because I don't know why. I'm a huge data, stats-driven type person. And when I can't explain something, it's what makes me need... Oh, here we go. Aha. Aha, ha, ha. Do I have infinity on this thing? I might. It's been too long. I do not. Okay. Okay, you're the one I'm most concerned with. And we are on easy, because this is the joy of building, not the joy of grinding and dying and... Hello, Mr. Spider. Very cool. Maybe another entrance to the thing? Maybe? Let's clear this out a bit more so we can see into it better later. I also, this is kind of a continuation of previous thoughts. Y'all, I'm so proud of my wife. She is kicking butt on her school stuff. And I can't wait for her to finish. Both for her own pride of completing it, because this is something she'd wanted to do for over a decade. And she's doing great at it. And I've told her, like... Because she's told me, like, you know, this is a field that, like, people don't stay in very long. And it's certainly not, like, people my age. They don't last long because it's a very exhausting field of being a vet tech. You're constantly having to hold down animals that weigh half what you do. And so I've told her, I was like, look, I don't care how many years you get out of working out of this. It was worth it to see you complete it. And she's getting grants to go to school to get the degree, so we're literally not paying anything for her schooling. Well, I guess not literally. I mean, there are things we have purchased, but you know, you get what I mean. The act of going to school isn't costing her anything. Everything's covered. And so, but I also can't wait for her to finish, because this, not only is this the kind of content I love to watch and make, I love the other content too. Don't get me wrong. I love that. And whoops. And there's like, how did I end up doing that? Oh, I didn't realize Mouse Wheelie would do that when you throw out. So when an item breaks, when a tool breaks, the Mouse Wheelie mod will replace it. I didn't realize when you throw it out of your hand, it'll also replace it. I love streaming. I really do. I think it fits me more. And I love editing, don't get me wrong. I do love editing. But I think I just love the viewer interaction. I think it's something I always wanted to do. I never had time to watch streams, let alone do them. Now I'm able to do it. I have been for the last few years. And when I told the Tea House crew the other day, like, when my wife finishes school, thunder. I said, you better believe my streaming is gonna, like, double at the very least. Because right now I'm streaming 2, maybe 3 nights. It'll double when my wife's not having to do schoolwork at home every single night. Bless her heart. And the only reason I'm able to record this right now is I'm doing burgers for dinner. So I don't like have anything major to do. Normally in our lives, I get home with the kids, and I left work a little early today because I was alone and I got a lot done. So it was like, well, okay, I'm gonna leave a little bit early. So I got the kids home sooner than usual. Normally I get home, get the kids settled, have them do their chores and stuff, and then I start working on dinner and laundry. And then Emily gets home from work. She leaves for, bless her heart, she leaves for work before I leave, and she gets home from work after I get home. She's lucky. I enjoy cooking. I cook way better than her. Not baking. I don't do baking. That's not my thing. Too scientific. Don't want to lose any. There we go. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to her being done with school for her sake and for your sake. I mean, maybe your sake. I don't know. Maybe you don't see it as that. More Kyle Blaine. I don't know that that's what you want. And you know, that goes back to that harkens back to the poll I did on a community post a while back. That actually, hold on, let me actually pull up the actual poll, because I don't remember what the result ended up being after weeks. I put out a poll saying, hey, I've been doing daily videos for the last month. What's your take on that? And like, the options were, daily is great. I try to watch everything. That was 11% of the vote. Daily is too much. Slow down, old man. I want to watch it all. That was 7%. That was the lowest vote, and the poll came out exactly as I expected. 42% said daily with variety is good. I watch what I want, ignoring the rest. Perfect. That's great. Because I know I do a variety. So I know you're not going to watch everything. Even just Minecraft, I don't expect you to watch everything. And then the second place at 40%, almost equal to first place, is I pop in from time to time. I've had this channel now. It's 2022. Y'all, I've had this channel for 8 years. I've had this channel for 8 years, and I've played a lot of different games, and I've improved a lot. And I'm happy with what I produce. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy making it. I love that my kids love watching it. They're in the back watching my Breath of the Wild series right now. They watch that probably 10 times a year. And with 8 years of slow growth comes that 40% I drop in from time to time baggage. And that's okay. That's okay. I got a whole slew of those people I'm subscribed to. Because, you know, back when I first started, networking was a big deal. Networking was a big deal, and it was all about, you know, getting to know a bunch of other small YouTubers and growing together. And what you ended up doing was you subscribed to all these people that you didn't have anything in common with. And I slowly figured out, you know what, I need a smaller group. The first of that group, I mean, I'm still a part of, though we're not super active, because a lot of them aren't making content anymore, was myself and Games Played Terribly, Jeff and Roger, and Ant, Mellow Gaming. We're all still in a Discord together, and we chat every once in a blue moon, not too often, because most of them aren't. Jeff is streaming, Roger's band is taken off, Mellow Gaming, shout out to Mellow Gaming, man. He does some of the best, like, review content out there. And it's all, like, retro reviews. It's so good. But, like, so that was the first small group. And that was where I really found the value in having a small group. Then I started watching Hermitcraft. And I started playing Minecraft. And I was like, oh, this is what I want. This is what I long for. So then I applied to Afterlife, and that as well filled that small group hole. Now I've got Tea House, and I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Like, moving on from group to group. I like this group. I like the way it's designed. I like the way it's run. I tolerate Kafers. Funny story about Kafers. So she's not just coming to the United States here soon. She's coming to Florida soon. She has a friend who's getting married just an hour south of where I live. And so we're gonna hang out. We're probably gonna go to Universal together, because she and her boyfriend are gonna go to Orlando for a little while, and my wife and I have annual passes to Universal, and they were planning on going. So anyway, so we're gonna go. And so I told my boss, I told Pastor, I was like, hey, just FYI, in such and such week, there may be a day that I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be off tomorrow. Because I don't know if we're going to be able to plan it like this ahead of time. I said, but I've got a really close friend who I've never met, but we've been playing games together for a long time. And we're like really close, and she's going to be in the United States, and she's going to be going to Universal, so we want to go to Universal with her. I said, so I may have to go at the drop of a hat. And I said this, and then I realized, because especially when you work at a church, you have to be super cautious with talking about like a guy doing things with women he's not married to. And so as I'm saying, this online friend of mine who I've never met, I'm going to go meet her in Orlando and go to a theme park with her. And then I backed up. I was like, she's going to have her fiance with her, and Emily's probably going to come too. I just want you to understand, it's not as weird as it sounds. Because when you do so much online, it's a different world. And it can be great, or it can be scary. All these friends that I've made, like, when it comes to IRL, a lot of them I don't know a whole lot about. And so you got to be real cognizant and careful of who you put trust in. Like you want to talk about like real close-knit small community and the value in that. There is no greater feeling than when, and I'm not going to say who, because it doesn't matter who, but there's no greater feeling than when you have friends online that you've never met in person, that you get to know over the years, and you both come to a place where you are mutually comfortable sharing information like your phone number and your address. And you send each other gifts, and you send each other texts. There is no better feeling than reaching that point. Because I'll tell you, it's not just that, oh wow, I've made a good friend online. This is awesome. It's not that. It's that I have clearly been friendly enough to someone else that they're comfortable with me having their information. And it's almost a sign to you that, okay, I'm doing something right. I'm not some weirdo that people won't trust. Did I put wood in here? I did put wood in here. Or there already was wood in here. You know what I'm saying, though? Okay. And we're going to need more torches, I'm assuming, as well. Let's actually go ahead and... Okay, but you... Oh, wait, you can go in. Let's go ahead and empty this out so we can reach that one more easily later. Beautiful. Okay, where'd I put that coal? There it is. All right, pick's got a little bit left in it. I don't know how low we need to go. But I'm tempted to, like, dig down that way more. We'll just keep going. See where we get. It's funny, I just thought about in that time of silence, I just realized what kind of content I was making here. I have a great way to describe it because I like to go to sleep to the likes of Joel Duggan, VODs of his streams, or even just his streams. Well, he doesn't usually stream that late, but he'll get quiet for a little bit. And I'll start to, like, really doze off, and then all of a sudden he'll talk again, and I'll wake up and I'll think, wait, did I fall asleep? And he's been talking this whole time? Or has he been quiet and I've just been almost asleep? That's where we're at with this now. And I like it. I really like that. Tell you what, though. I've never had a mod pack. Whew, we're getting close. I've never had a mod pack make it so hard for me to go back to vanilla. Better Minecraft has just been so good. Okay, so the hole should be where I'm facing now. It should be this side. I'm just curious where we're at. What Y level are we at? We're at... Okay, so it may be a good bit more. Gotta keep an eye on this. Okay, it's doing all right. I think it should be on this side, or maybe it's more in the center. I guess it would be more in the center, wouldn't it? Okay, well this didn't work. Okay, just out of curiosity, let's go this way. Nothing. Okay. I'm gonna end up scaffolding out of here. I just want to get some perspective, like where I am. Surely by here. All right, you know what? We're gonna go here and take a peek. Oh, okay. Oh, I was at the wrong side, but I'm almost at the level. Okay. So it's coming in. Okay, so yeah, this is why I was wanting to do it. I wanted to know where it was I needed to be watching out for it. Okay. So we do have a good bit longer to go down. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to put some torches around before heading out. That'll be fine there. And then I need to go cook dinner and sit at the zombie farm. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had a good snack or build session, or what were you playing? What were you doing? Trying to go to sleep? If you're trying to go to sleep, don't write the comment. Unless you're just really like not asleep yet. But what were you doing? What were you playing? I want to know. I'm always interested in how people multitask with Minecraft because I do it a lot. I think it's that way. Isn't it? I'm going to bring you along with me just in case I'm wrong. And it's funny. Can I make this? Yeah, I can make this. Oh, that's spooky. Oh, very spooky. Let's, Oh, music disc. Music disc. Kill him. Kill him. Get the music disc. Kill him. Kill him. Get him. Get him. Come on. Come on, Skelly. You can do it, Skelly. Come on. I'm going to have to kill him, aren't I? I'm going to have to do it. Come on. All right, fine. You jerk. You weak little man. I really should make a teleporter out here. I can't wait for y'all to... What is... How did that jungle tree get here? What kind of biome is this? Sparse jungle. Huh. I just had never noticed that before. Ooh, cocoa. Oh. Are we still going? Because my power just flickered. Good job, computer. Good job, computer. You stayed on. Wow, that's impressive. What was I going to say? All right, well, yeah, I am starting to lose power, so we're going to get going. This is why you record in MKV, not MP4. And we will see you guys next time in another episode of The Joy of Building. Adios. Goodbye.